The most important meeting between Prime Minister Narendra Modi and US President Joe Biden was held virtually on Monday, April 11. This meeting was 2+2 talks between defense and foreign ministers of both countries along with country leaders. The video conference saw four ministers with Biden in the White House. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken and Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin. From India, External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar and Defense Minister Rajnath Singh. Also in the room were U.S. National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan and India's ambassador to the United States Taranjit Singh Sandhu. While the Russia-Ukraine war was at the top of the agenda of the two leaders, they also discussed other issues, such as ending the COVID-19 pandemic, strengthening global health security, advancing global food security, and ensuring a free and open Indo-Pacific region. Welcoming India's humanitarian support for the people of Ukraine and calling the Russian invasion a horrific assault, U.S. President Joe Biden said in meeting, the U.S. and India are going to continue close consultation on how to manage the destabilizing effects of this Russian war. Prime Minister Narendra Modi called the killings of innocent civilians in Ukraine's Bucha city very worrying. This is the first time the Prime Minister Modi has spoken on the Bucha killings. About this incident, External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar and India's UN representative T. S. Tirumurti have condemned it in recent days. Modi said he had held conversations with Russian President Vladimir Putin and Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky and suggested that they hold direct talks between themselves. PM Modi highlighted the importance that India placed on the safety of the civilian population in Ukraine and the uninterrupted supply of humanitarian aid to them. Our talks today are taking place at a time when the situation in Ukraine remains very worrying. Biden praised India for its aid to Ukrainians who suffered the horrific assault, including a tragic shelling in a train station last week that killed dozens of innocent children and women and civilians attempting to flee the violence. Commenting on India's energy imports from Russia, Biden said that India's actions do not violate the U.S. sanctions amid the war in Ukraine. But he told to PM Modi that India's position in the world would not be enhanced by relying on Russian energy sources. Buying more oil from Russia was not in India's interest and could hamper the U.S. response to the war in Ukraine. PM Modi highlighted the importance of the India-America Partnership for Global Peace. President Biden said, "At the root of our partnership is a deep connection between our people, ties of family, of friendship, and of shared values." External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar later told to U.S. Secretary of State Antony J. Blinken that the focus concerning energy imports from Russia must be on Europe and not on India. India's total purchase for the month would be less than what Europe buys in an afternoon. Prime Minister Modi and President Biden said they were looking forward to meeting in person later this year, in Tokyo, Japan, around May 24 for the Quad Leaders Summit. The four leaders last met in March via video conference. Biden told Modi that the United States and India are going to continue our close consultation on how to manage the destabilizing effects of this Russian war. PM Modi, commenting on situation in Ukraine, said, "Our today's talks are taking place at a time when the situation in Ukraine remains very worrying. Till a few weeks back, more than 20,000 Indians were stranded in Ukraine. And most of them were young students. After putting in a lot of effort, we managed to get them out of there safely, although one student lost his life. Throughout this development, I spoke to the presidents of both Ukraine and Russia over the phone several times. I not only appealed for peace, but also suggested President Putin to have direct talks with the President of Ukraine." Stressing that, Modi said, India had extensive discussions on Ukraine in its parliament as well. He said, "The news of the recent killings of innocent civilians in Bucha city, we condemned it immediately and have also demanded an independent investigation. We hope that the ongoing dialogue between Russia and Ukraine will pave the way for peace. We have also laid emphasis on the security of the civilians in Ukraine and the uninterrupted supply of humanitarian aid to them. We have sent medicines and other relief materials to Ukraine and its neighboring countries. And on the demand of Ukraine, Soon we are sending another consignment of medicines. Biden said, as two vibrant democracies, we have the same concerns about the global challenges we face from COVID-19, advancing health, security, and tracking the climate crisis. And we share a strong and growing major defense partnership. Our continued consultation and dialogue are key to ensuring the US and India relationship continues to grow deeper and stronger, delivering our people and our global good that we all are seeking to manage. After their meeting, the White House said they emphasized their shared commitment, as leaders of the world's largest democracies, to respect for the sovereignty and territorial integrity of all nations in the Indo-Pacific and beyond. The two leaders also discussed the destabilizing impacts of Russia's war against Ukraine, with a particular focus on global food supply. The two leaders had an extensive exchange of views on several regional and global issues, such as the COVID-19 pandemic, global economic recovery, climate action, recent developments in South Asia and the Indo-Pacific region, and the situation in Ukraine. Thank you for watching. For more videos, subscribe to the World News.